Welcome to the Bayou City Soccer Podcast. Whether inside or outside the loop, we are talking everything soccer in Houston. Y'all ready? Let's get it. Houston, welcome to another episode of the Bayou City Soccer Podcast. My name is Rudy Segura, and I am glad once again to be back on a Monday night here, just sipping on some peach sweet tea. Can't get any more Texan than that, Joey. I see you making them faces. But we are joined by Joey Chavala, so I'm not alone tonight. What's up, bro? How you doing?
What's up? I'm good. I'm chilling.
We'll be the bubbleheads tonight, get that close-up going. We are expecting Cristian Putadias to join us. He is working a little bit late, so we'll give him a little bit of slack. Maybe not. Maybe once he gets here, we'll make fun of him and poke fun of him a bit. But overall, man, before we get to soccer talking, how was your weekend, Joey? Anything fun and exciting?
No.
He's like, no.
No, not really.
Yeah, it was busy for me just because it is Easter weekend. I try to do a lot of stuff Easter weekend, but unfortunately, I didn't have Friday off, man. So
it sucks. I didn't either.
Usually, if like they give it to me as a holiday, or I usually take it off, and I kind of completely forgot about it. And the great reminder I have was teachers were telling my kids, see you Monday, and I'm like, why? It's Thursday. Like, what do you mean see you Monday? And I completely forgot about it. So apart from that, man, it's so I had the kids at the house on Friday, so not a big deal. They're getting old enough that I don't have to really be on the lookout and hovering over them. Like, as long as they're breathing, they're good. They're good, So that's more or less kind of what's happening there. Yeah, I mean, apart from a long weekend for some. Maybe not as an exciting for the Dynamo fans and Houston Dash fans, but I'll give a plug here. Obviously, we do have the Orange and Blueprints podcast happening Wednesday night, where Manny Olivieri and what's his name? I was gonna say Matt Diego Martinez do a good job of just keeping everybody informed. Yeah, I know. I always want to call him Matt, man. I always want to call him Matt. It reminds me so much of one of my buddies. But yeah, so if you want to listen to everything Houston Dash, which sadly they did fare better than I expected them to do against Kansas City. A 2-0 loss is not what I expected. I expected more goals against them, but you know what? They're there. They're doing something. It's early in the season. What can you do? But yeah, if you want to hear anything Houston Dash related, that would be your podcast for you to check out. I myself have been watching every game. I don't think I missed a game, Joey. I'm kind of becoming, yeah, and yeah. I miss, yeah, I will say, because this one happened basically, I guess, intertwined with the Houston Dynamo. I did lose a little bit of interest in the second half, but I had the TV going. And then it's funny, right? Because I have like a big TV, and then I had a small iPad, and I had the iPad playing the Dynamo game because it's in front of me, and then the bigger TV watching the Dash game. But we'll maybe have a player being interviewed on Wednesday. Keep an eye out for that if you're interested. Also let us know, who you are interested in maybe, hearing from or getting to know player wise. And we'll try to do our best to try to make that happen. And apart from that, Wednesday, Houston Dynamo Talk in Spanish does happen on Thursday nights. Movimiento Naranja. We had our first guest last week, and it was none other than Cesar Procel, who you guys know he's the voice of the Houston Dynamo, and he does a fantastic job covering the team and the Dash as well. That's one of the things we talked about. And funny enough, we mentioned the big conversation there, Joey, was about whether Amine Bassi meant to pass that ball to Ponce or shoot it. When we were talking about that, and the next day he spoke directly with Ponce, and that's when Ponce said, no, I mean, definitely was trying to shoot that. I just got lucky enough to be in front of him. So Good stuff, man. Overall, man, I love the
Monster's a
Houston
liar.
community. Right. But yeah, no, good stuff so far there. Joey, I think we're gonna do this a little bit different. We'll start talking obviously Houston Dynamo news. Give me a quick second. For some reason, I closed my slides. So I guess just um, just not a recap, but a summary of what's gonna happen this episode. We'll talk about the Houston Dynamo game against Colorado Rapids. We'll preview the Austin FC match coming up this weekend. And we do have a Crush Joey stats question towards the end that we'll hit. It's been a minute since we've stats crushed you, I guess. Hopefully this one does what it's supposed to do, Joey.
Probably will.
And get you. I don't know. I made it so you'll see. You'll see. We'll see. And then Houston Dynamo 2 are actually back as well into the mix, so they'll be playing this weekend. We'll just mention kind of what the game looks like and it's upcoming. But yeah, regarding Dynamo news, we'll start with Colorado. Just quickly, obviously, played at home here at Shell Energy Stadium. It was a decent crowd. The game ended a 2-2 draw. We knew how Colorado was going to be a tough cookie to break for the Dynamo, who scored multiple goals, and they did this time around. Bassi scores a pretty good goal in the 42nd minute. Can give him anything but praise on that goal. I mean, Kavochi did a fantastic job to kind of play it onto him, and first touch goal for Bassi, good stuff. And then at the end, at the buzzer, newcomer with the perfect debut, Ondrej Lingr scores a beautiful goal. I mean, he had multiple opportunities beforehand, even though he only got 15 minutes into the game, but it should give people, when it comes to the Houston Dynamo fans, it should give them hope in what they're getting with Lingr. I mean, I know, Joey, even yourself, you were doubtful when we first kind of heard of Ondrej coming into the mix. But
yeah, before I did my research, for sure.
For sure. And so, but eventually you see his numbers, you see that he is a goal-scoring threat. And, I mean, he puts it to check. But we're gonna do this one different, Joey. That's what I meant when I mentioned it 5 minutes ago. But we'll play the highlights, like all the highlights, which is like 4 minutes. And if you need me to stop at any point, just let me know, and we can kind of break it down a little more. And we'll keep going. Let's try that. See how that works. All right. Hopefully we don't get kicked out from YouTube, but who cares, man?
Colorado, they've gone 6 in a row.
Game on.
The Rapids, and we're off with Amine Bassi. A win for Houston Dynamo at home against Colorado, 3-1.
Good stuff from Colorado, man. They look different for sure. The number 10, he's the 10. I mean, he has quick feet.
Moves is so good.
Moves the ball very well. My only complaint, and I mean that's more of a fan complaint. Hey, that was a great shot too by Sebastian Kowalczyk. But it was the same exact play as the Bassi goal, basically. Someone just set it up. He takes a nice shot.
Yeah, Bassi's with a closer range though. The build-up was a little better.
But you know what I mean?
A little bit of a sloppy play.
Yeah, and I mean obviously there was a couple people in front of him too. This is a 23rd
Dorsey
minute.
was getting forward so well in this game.
Another shot.
I like this chance.
McGlynn. Yeah,
that's nice. McGlynn's so shifty.
Wish he would have hit it with his good foot, but I mean he still gets it on frame, so that's good.
Yeah, this is such a nice goal.
Nice little play.
Erik with the fantastic pass. Everything about this goal is just so nice.
Yep. Bassi's wide open. I'm
really
surprised nobody came up to him. No one came up to him. We'll break down.
Such a nice goal. Jack McGlynn was really involved in it too. Great passing. Artur with a really great pass into Dorsey. Dorsey listened to me in the last podcast when I was saying he needs to come inside a little more because being too predictable, going out wide every time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was fantastic. Like I said, I'm surprised nobody closed up Bassi fast enough. They just left him there. So I guess
that's what happens when you have a guy get the ball at his feet in the box and is able to make a turn like that and hold the ball.
Anything else you want to mention about that goal? I know we kind of
I
decided.
don't know. There's not much else to talk about with him.
All right.
Latif doesn't have a team because he's not very good.
By the way, we do have Edson Ochoa joining us. He's pulling the string. So if you have a comment,
sweet.
Yeah. If you have any comments that you want us to talk about, leave it on here, and Edson will do a good job of putting it as well on the stream so other people can see it. As we get more questions kind of happening, I suppose. Let me go ahead and keep playing that highlight reel. It's a good corner. Partially doesn't go any further than that. This is
not
already
a great connection.
The second half. There's a 50.
It's a nice pass out wide.
Is this a penalty?
This is yep. This is
such a. Dude, I completely forgot that the guy's 24 years old. I mean, I know he's a rookie. I was listening back to the
interview. This is so nice from Escobar, too, for where Escobar positions his body. The only way he could get that pass off is through Escobar's through Escobar. He manages to get it through his legs, but it puts it in a spot where the striker is running to a place where he's not going to be able to do anything.
Mm-hmm.
All Femi has to do is usher him out of play, and Femi decides to tackle him and give a penalty.
Yeah, it was lousy defending.
Incredibly lousy.
Just and too aggressive at the end of the day. I think
it's just silly. He's not going anywhere.
The guy's going away from goal. There's no way he can shoot. There's really no way he can cross. He's gonna have to find somebody outside to just open up the game back up and not lose possession in the final third for them. And I mean, Femi just goes and crashes into the guy.
It's just so silly. It's so bad.
Yeah, and going back here to the penalty, let me see. Well taken, obviously, by number 10.
Mihovic is a good penalty taker.
Yeah, I mean, okay, we'll come back to it as well. But obviously, Jonathan Bond is on goal, and you already knew that people were going to be asking questions about, why isn't Gillingham starting. But, yeah, it's a great penalty for sure.
Yeah. Good
Can't
shot.
Really, just Bond couldn't guess the correct way, right? So 1-1, close to the 60th minute. By then, the game is pretty even. Here's a decent play on top that ends up not really going anywhere.
So I really wish Ponce would have played Kowalczyk there.
Yeah, he was wide open. So then after this, I believe, this is the so
bad. What is Ethan doing?
So I will say I was watching this live and I completely missed the actual play that led to the goal, and I forgot to go back to watch it.
So bad.
But
what is Ethan doing?
For context, the play, obviously, the Dynamo were doing better. They had just made substitutions. As you can see at the bottom of the screen, Ondrej Lingr had just come in literally for 5 seconds. And then this goes down. Arthur trying to challenge the ball and keep it.
And
Femi
looks like the training cone.
Yeah. Femi does exactly what Femi's done a couple of times. And Barlow decides to, I don't know if, I should do another. Give me a second. And Barlow, okay, so that's one thing, though. Let's kind of talk about this a little bit, Joey. So you see the pass. Now you got Navarro, which his name is Navarro. I don't know why they call him something else. I was listening to the commentators. They call him Navajo.
Yeah, that's how you pronounce it.
Yeah,
Navajo.
Okay. But it's Navarro, though. But anyways.
I don't think it is.
Just because he's Brazilian, right? So then you see Femi. Femi has done this in the past that he doesn't know if to step or not. I mean, the striker takes a very good touch into open space, so that already puts him in a difficult spot. He gets burned completely. And here, this is my thing here. And I don't know if there's a close-up. I didn't see this. But, yes, Barlow comes in. He slides. I mean, is that what he's supposed to do in your eyes, Joey? or should he have stayed with the and I'm pointing with my mouse as well, like you did that one time.
With Mihalovic there?
Yeah, should he stay back there? What are your thoughts on that? Just curious.
I mean, I guess he's just making a play on the
hindsight
ball.
2020, of course.
Yeah, I mean, he kind of gets in Bond's way a little bit too, but it's fine. The issue is him turning the ball over there and Femi being a traffic cone. I don't think that specific from Bartlow is the issue in that play.
I got you. Yeah, and obviously that specific replay that I posted does not show him give the ball away.
That giveaway is so bad.
Yeah, they don't replay it. But so yeah, I mean, clearly,
like what is he thinking?
Let's see if he shows something here. Oh yeah, right here. Yeah, he does. He does. Yeah. Right there, Barlow gives it.
What is he doing?
Yeah, that was a bad ball. I mean, you have Femi that you could pass the ball to. You can go back towards the
if you're going to go to Artur there, you got to put some venom on the pass. He's a meatball.
Yeah, and apart from that, I mean, it's just a bad because you have a defender in front of you. And then
Cabral's a quick guy.
Yeah.
He sucks at soccer, but he's a quick guy.
Yeah.
This is a really nice pass from Mihalovic, too. Catches him right in stride with the momentum of his run.
And unfortunately, pass. I mean, that's something that even Ben's talked about a bunch of times, right? About just the mistakes by the center backs. And obviously, one thing to note is, Sviatchenko had finally kind of looked like himself. He's in form. He plays 90 minutes and so forth. And he gets injured. And so you don't know what the extent of the injury is yet. I mean, hopefully it's not necessarily a long-term injury, but at this point, he's continued to get injured multiple times this season. So it sucks, for him personally, not necessarily.
It's coming to the point where we're going to have to get rid of him at the end of the season if this keeps up.
And we had talked about this before, and that's a good topic to hit on, Joey. We had spoke about.
And I love Erik too.
I know he's such a great person.
He's a great player, but you got to be on the field, man. And it's not his fault. It's not his fault. He's 33 now. It's just how it is. But
and more than anything, it's the same injuries, right? Those muscular injuries that are been nagging him. And if we're honest, I mean he suffered a little bit of that. His first year, he missed a couple games, but then he stayed healthy for like a year and a half. And one thing that I do remember, Dustin, speaking before or when the Dynamo, when we found out the Dynamo were going to sign Erik Sviatchenko, one of the big issues was that just his health. And, about him being injured, we knew how good he was as a player. We knew the experience he brought to the team. But I remember that being a big question mark, regarding his prone to injuries. And obviously, like you mentioned, just, later in his career. And yeah, he's 33. He's been with the team. This is his third year, if I'm not mistaken. So it's one of those, man. Kind of
shame.
If you're going to do what, when I say, are you going to do, whenever Pat Onstad and Asher Mendelssohn decided that Hector Herrera wasn't meant to, stay here longer in Houston, then this is similar to the same thing, I would say. Wouldn't you?
Yeah, that's exactly where I'm coming from. It's the same thing. Your most expensive players, they need to be on the field. That's the most important thing.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't matter how good you are if you're not playing.
No, Dago mentions about that he did get injured because of the car accident. No, but even after or somewhere around that, I remember talking to Ben and he mentioning how Sviatchenko was picking up some muscular injuries in his legs because he's like he has trunk legs, like they're very muscular. He would come into injuries with his legs, and it was just taking him longer to recover and stuff like that when it came to training. And so that's a lot of the issues that you're seeing, right?
The play he got injured on too was insane. He made like a double interception too and got hurt doing it.
Yep. And unfortunately, you've seen it for him. You've seen it for Bartlow. And we talked about this. Funny enough, I was talking to this guy that I don't know a lot of people in my in my immediate world, apart from Dynamo Twitter or just you guys, to talk Houston's Dynamo. And there's a guy at my church that came over and we talked for like 10 minutes. And he let me know too that he listens to the show and
Awesome.
he keeps up with Bayou City Soccer. But his concern was that as well, just the inability to keep guys healthy. And again, it's no one's fault, right? You can't blame like the training staff. You can't. It happens. But the inability to be able to keep a center back pairing like you did for such a long time with Sviatchenko and Mikhail. Now you keep rotating defenders because of injury. Obviously, they're expecting to bring Pablo Ortiz into the mix, but even then, it's like you're playing Ortiz, who hasn't played with the team, does not know the system, does not know or doesn't have a chemistry and form. So no matter what, he's going to continue.
Hasn't even trained yet.
Exactly. He's going to continue to like not be the best chemistry, and therefore mistakes are going to happen at the end of the day.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's going to be really nice to have him in. If they could get him in, they need to just throw him in at this point, because another game of Bartlow and Femi scares me.
Yeah, you're right. But here, let me go continue to play this highlights. We've done pretty good, man. Yeah, Brendan, we are missing an elite center back. I mean, again, you see that play. He gets burned. Not a lot. I mean, center backs are a little bit of a mess. This is the 85th minute. A corner from Jack. He's had a couple good corners, from like the first.
That was a really
games.
nice head down from Aliu too.
All right, and then this is the play that this is the play that everybody wants to talk about, right? I mean, well, actually, this is beforehand because I believe he takes a shot. I think.
This is a really nice pass from Brooklyn here.
Very good pass. Very good little wall right here. Loredo back to
really nice.
Ondrej, and very good shot, honestly, with his left foot. If it wasn't because Stefan was positioned well, it would have probably gone.
That's one of the ones you take those in FIFA. Strike that near post.
This one's for you to talk about. I'll let you. This is obviously
this play is so nice.
We're about to see the second goal for the Dynamo that felt like a winner, basically. Here.
Jack McGlynn this pass is unreal.
Was that a pass from Barlow? Yes, right? Yes. Yeah, I think so. Barlow finds Jack. Let's see. Let me play it. Yep. Barlow to Jack.
The vision here is so good, and then the pass is just inch perfect. Perfect. You can't do a better pass from Jack McGlynn there. It's not possible.
No. I mean, that and it wasn't the first play like that. Obviously, we saw a couple more. But the way that the Dynamo tend to build up their plays is just fantastic, man. The awareness of the players, and that's when it comes to chemistry. But I mean, when you have somebody like Lingr did not give up on that play. He could have easily just let it be, right? Because he's beat. He has the defender in front of him. Any other guy would have just stayed there. Too. Yeah, and there's nothing Stefan could do. I know I saw. Rodrigo, my brother, that he used to do the podcast with us. He played soccer all his life. He played in college and stuff. And Christian has been asking him a lot of goalkeeper related stuff, and so it cracks me up. But he even asked on this play if Stefan could have blocked it, and Rodrigo was like, no, you couldn't. Like as a goalkeeper, he was expecting for the defender to get there first.
Yeah,
and because
the other way.
Exactly. And because it's such a late action, his reaction is even, slower. But that goal, the shot itself, the ball traveled and hit the inside of the net, that it was going to be a goal no matter what. So, and again, it goes to the determination of Ondrej Lingr he had a couple good plays, like we mentioned, on the 15 minutes that he was there. You just knew he wanted that goal. You knew, obviously, they all want to win, and so that's something you really can't debate on Ben Olsen's team, Joey.
No, they want to win. They're frustrated, and they're getting outclassed a little bit, but they're doing their thing. They're putting their all into every game. You got guys like Bassi, Wolchik, McGlynn, Ponce, who maybe didn't have a great game this week, but they're putting their all in every week. And these other teams just have more complete rosters right now than the Dynamo do, and they can't beat them.
Yeah, no, exactly. You're absolutely right. It's just one of those
getting
that,
even ties in some of these games is pretty impressive, honestly.
yeah, I mean, the fact like
Colorado are a good team.
You hit it on the nail, man.
Let's not pretend like Colorado is not one of the best teams in the West this year.
Yeah, I mean, people's memory is like, oh, Colorado, like that's a bad team. It's not a bad team.
Novato
right?
and Mihailovic, they didn't just tear up the Dynamo. They've torn up almost every team they've played this year. Mihailovic and Novato are both been MVP caliber players this year. They've both been incredible.
And they did a good job of quieting Joppy for sure. You know, that was
well, Yappi's. I don't think Yappi's that good.
No, but I mean, he had been decent, and
he's in a good run of form. Good run of form, but I don't think he's a very good player. He's young, but
he's one of their academy players, correct?
Yeah, he's an academy player.
Yeah. So I mean, at the end of the day, you see the team, you see the result, and you're bummed that you're losing points because, as mentioned on that, it feels like you're losing 2 points. But you spoke about this in our chat, Joey, how last week it felt like you lost the game, and this time you felt like you won the game. And it's the same result.
Same result. Yep. Yeah. I mean, getting a tie in the stoppage time like that is an emotional high, no matter what the situation is. It's those are the type of things that are momentum starters. Those are the type of things that kick off seasons, that kick off good runs of form. So it's a great thing, especially at home too with the fans.
Yeah, no, I was ecstatic to just see the boost that Lingr brought, and I love the fact that guys are also calling him Lingy, which that's what the episode is called, Lingy for the draw. Yeah, at the end of the day, this is the type of guys you're needing, right? I think people continue to get or be fed up with the answers that Ben gives, and it's all the now I wouldn't say all, but a lot of the other coaches in the league are saying the same thing. This is an early in the season. Teams are getting adjusted. We have injuries, new players, and it's just a part of the game. They know that at the end of the day, they're not mathematically disqualified from the playoffs yet. So as long as you kind of get hot in the right moments, that's all that matters at the end of the day, man.
Absolutely. I mean, they're 5 points out of the playoffs. It's not the end of the world.
Yeah, so I mean, and we saw the lineup. I have a picture here. Brooklyn Reigns, I know we spoke about, not very high of him last week. He comes into the starting lineup once again. That's one thing we mentioned, is like, just because he was poor doesn't mean that he should get benched. Let the guy get some minutes.
He was good. I thought he was good in this game.
Yeah, and I was gonna say, obviously, like the talk about Urso, he had some good outings, but I mean, Brooklyn looked like he settled into this match. Maybe because it was a home game, whatever it could be. It was his second match, getting minutes. He played very well. He wasn't bad at all.
Not bad at all. No, he had a few blocks in the game. He had not blocks. He had a few tackles in the game. He set up that one chance for Ondrej Lingr that didn't go in, but he had ultimately a good game. His passing was really good. He had a lot of progressive passes. He had a good game. It wasn't special by any means, but he had a good game.
Yeah, talking about
solid.
Sorry, and talking about stats, here are some of the numbers from the teams. Obviously, the Dynamo continue to keep the possession high on their end. Their expected goals for scoring 2 goals, man. What was the XG for Linger's goal? It had to be like 0.001 or something like that. I mean, that was just I mean, the play itself was tremendous, right? From Jack, as we mentioned, Jack to Escobar, first time header into the box, and then first time header towards the goal. Fantastic stuff. But the game was pretty even. I mean, at the end of the day here too, with the total shots 14-13, shots on target 7 for the Dynamo, 3 for Colorado. We do forget that in the first half, I mean, their striker had 1 or 2 technically, opportunities in front of goal, and one of them he tried to chip the goalie and went over, and then he had another one that went wide as well. But I mean, they were dangerous for what there was. This game could easily been 3-1 against the Dynamo, and it just wasn't meant to be. And it, like I said, eventually the team finally kind of, apart from the mistakes that we continue to talk about, and it's kind of annoying. But who else can you put in there? Nobody at center back right now. And the players that are there with the experience are injured, being Sviatchenko. And you know what? I don't want to mess with it too much because this is more of a topic that Christian continues to like shove down our throat regarding the center backs, Joey. But one thing is he continues to talk about like playing Steris in there. Obviously he's a center back, but at this point he's the left back.
He's the left back. Steris hasn't played center back in like 4 seasons now. So,
that's true.
I mean, the thing with Femi is the reason they play Femi over Bartlow is because Femi is the most athletic in the center back grouping. He's quick. He's got long legs. He's just not very good, and he's not good at utilizing his speed either. Because we saw in that second goal they conceded, he was caught flat-footed, and then moves into the sprint and just couldn't catch up by then. If he moved earlier and anticipated the touch by Navarro like good center backs would do, he would have caught up to him.
Yeah, and this leads into our standout and letdown segment, being the standout here. Lingr would be your standout if you want to say, oh, he tied the game. But honestly, Bassi is probably the best player of the match for me here.
I had Escobar as my man of the match.
Oh, that's another guy that just never quits. If you had 10 Escobars, bro, you win the World Cup with the Dynamo. That's how great.
Third game in a row I give Escobar my man of the match on the ratings.
Oh, dude's a beast, man. He just never quits. He's just relentless. And, you would have never thought he's a right or a left back at this point. I mean, the dude is all over the field. He's so good defensively. He's good offensively. He wins you games, man. He's just a winner. He does not want to lose, which again is something that you really, really need. And what about your letdown? Who would be your letdown at this point? Are we gonna just go say Femi? Because
I'm gonna say Bartlow because Bartlow came into the game. So this is the interesting thing. If you look at the numbers with Bartlow too, Bartlow didn't register a single defensive action. He came in, gave away a goal, didn't register a single defensive action, and that was the whole game for him.
I think, man, we've gotten so used to poor Bartlow just giving so many assists, man, to the other team. So it's unfortunate, especially for a guy that is trying to. We know Bartlow can be good, right? I mean, we've seen him do it before. We've seen him have like goal line saves in the past. He
was my man of the match against Columbus earlier in the year.
Yeah, and he had a fantastic game. But whenever it's time for him to, Sviatchenko gets injured, this is your time to shine, right? This is your time to like step up and take that starting position and make it your own, and let other people know like this is not a gift. This is not because I have to because he's injured. Take it, and he just makes dumb decisions, as you mentioned. The play is so obvious. He could just go to Femi. For the last 2-3 years when he would play and Steve Clark was there, he was the check down king. All he would do is play back into Steve Clark for such a long time. And sometimes I wish he would do that because it's less danger for the Dynamo. But sometimes he tries to force a pass. And Femi does the same thing. I mean, he's done it this season. It's like you don't have to always play out the back. Is it nice to play out the back? Yes. It's what Ben Olsen expects from the team for the most part? Yes. But I mean, sometimes you just gotta kick the crap out of the ball. Sometimes you can play it back. You don't have to force every single thing through the middle. And that's obviously somebody that didn't play at a high level like myself. I mean, that's just basic soccer of not going through the middle. And in any level of soccer, Joey.
Well, you could, but you just got to be smart about it. You got to make the right passes. I mean, you can make that pass to Artur. That's not an impossible pass to make, but you got to hit it with some venom. You got to really strike it. You didn't make a good connection with the ball. You got to make a really confident, clean, hard-hitting connection right into Artur's feet, so then he could one time it off. So I think that was Jack to the right of him.
Yep, I agree. So that leaves that game again. First game out of 2 for the Dynamo coming up at home, and it just again it didn't feel terrible because you ended up tying the game at the last minutes. But those are games you have to win. You just can't continue to give the opposition points at home. This is a good spot to stop for a little bit and just give shout outs to the social medias. Make sure to follow BayouCitySoccer.net on everything when it comes to social media: Instagram, Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it. Facebook. We are on Blue Sky, Threads, TikTok, everywhere, man. Just look for Bayou City Soccer. You'll find us there. We'll have a platform there for you guys to follow if that's your thing. The other thing to add here is obviously follow our sponsors, being the great and fantastic Ugly Guppy. They do a fantastic job with everything they produce for us. So if you're looking to get yourself some shirts, some polos, hats, anything for your business to let people know who you are, or if you just need it for your t-ball team or your volleyball team, get yourself some of your own merch with Ugly Guppy. Carlos Aguilar, again, is a great guy. He easy to work with. Get your stuff from Ugly Guppy. And Joey, I need to see you soon, man, because I got another polo and hat for your dad. We're not giving it to you anymore. It's for your dad. And then obviously Elotes Bravos as well. Yeah, you can find them at Shell Energy Stadium, at Houston Dynamo, Houston Dash games. They do pop up actually around the city as well for other teams. I saw them showing up for the rugby team, which is the same stadium that Houston Dynamo 2 play at. So, support local. Make sure you get yourself a cup of elotes. And it's been about a month or so since we had a fan feud, but it's coming back. I'm working on changing the setup. I felt like it was maybe a little bit more difficult than expected for non-Joey stats. And so we're changing the setup, but expected this coming week. So there'd be fan feud, Elotes Bravos fan feud. Therefore, you could have the opportunity to get yourself a voucher and enjoy some elotes at the next Houston Dynamo or Houston Dash game out there for sure, guys. With that being said, the only thing else to add is obviously check out our friends as well. We got soccer. We will have a giveaway of $100 gift card in the next week or two. I've been trying to make myself, or not make myself go. I've been trying to make time to go to Tomball. It's a drive, and I've been so busy, especially with Easter, man, doing stuff nearby here. But my plan is to go out there to Tomball, get some gear for myself, and get some videos and stuff like that from the shop so you guys can see it in more detail. I don't know, Joey, if you got to see the other shop they're opening soon near I guess West Chase area, but it has a podcast room, and they send us a video to Dustin and myself, and we're excited, man, because we want to do some live shows from there. So hopefully, the fans here at Bayou City Soccer that just enjoy Houston sports can go out there and meet us. And we'll need you to be out there, man, giving out autographs and stuff too, huh? Giving some
very famous
stats and predictions, my friend. Especially if it's, once Arsenal wins something here shortly.
They're winning the Champions League, so
we'll see. I would love to see a Barcelona-Arsenal match.
We very realistically might see Barcelona versus Arsenal in the final for both the women's and men's Champions League, both in the semifinals. The woman did lose to Leon in the first leg, though, so it's an uphill battle.
They're trying to get there, but yeah. So that's all the news surrounding our community on the other side, and yeah, the only thing that I would say last week I mentioned about us giving away a Colorado tickets, and I went and looked, and we had no Colorado tickets. I don't know what happened to them. I don't know if we gave them away beforehand. I don't know if I transfer them elsewhere, but if you want to go to the Austin game, we'll have tickets for that for sure. We'll definitely have a pair of tickets for the Austin game. So if you are interested of going to the match, definitely do keep an eye on social media this week, as we will be giving a nice pair of tickets for that match. So again, thank you guys for the support. That's all for you guys. You guys help us grow the community. So, let people know where the best coverage of Houston soccer is in the city. Let people know how to follow Bayou City Soccer. And Jared said that's it. No. We got more to talk about, bro. We have to hit Austin. I just really bad of giving the information out because I don't do it that often, man. Chris is the one in charge of that. But Joey, week 10. Another game at Shell Energy Stadium. Austin FC is visiting. They won last week.
Yeah.
This match is on Saturday as well, 7:30 p.m., I believe. I didn't even check. I just wrote it because that's usually what it is. Can the team beat their Texas rival here?
Yeah.
I hope so. I hope they can.
Absolutely they can.
And I don't know why I closed that again. But here is the current form of Austin. As I mentioned, they did beat LA Galaxy at this point. Who I guess the Dynamo couldn't beat the Galaxy. That was a rhetorical question here. But they get a goal from Brandon Vasquez from a penalty. He missed a penalty. And then he scored within like 5 minutes or so.
Yeah. He's not been very. They spent a lot of money on Bukhari, Izuni, and Vasquez, and they have been all sorts of mediocre.
I was listening to Ben today because he had the guy from Austin Chronicle, which I guess is their newspaper down there, and yeah, he was talking about like how much they spent for those players and
a lot. Bukhari's been bad.
Bukhari, which is that guy? Is that the guy that played in La Liga?
No, he was in Red Star.
Okay.
Izuni's the one who played in La Liga.
Izuni was the one that he's
really bad.
Yeah, and I think they say they paid like $12 million for him. Brandon Vasquez, they paid about $10 million supposedly.
Yeah. Vasquez has been he's been okay. I mean, Vasquez
he's been missing the easy goals. Honestly,
Vasquez has been what Vasquez has been his entire MLS career. The fact that they spent $10 million on him is an absolute joke because he's not that great. He was not that great in Atlanta. He was okay in Cincinnati. He had that one really good year in Cincinnati because he had so many chances on a plate for him. And then the last year in Cincinnati, he wasn't that great either. Goes to Monterrey and wasn't great there. So I don't know why Austin said this guy who's been meh almost every year of his career other than one outlier season would spend $10 million on this guy. It makes no sense.
Yeah, it's one of those that, you have a good season and his agent did a fantastic job to market him. And I mean, Monterrey
he's been every time he's played with the national team as well. He's just not that great.
Yeah.
I like him, but he's not a $10 million player. Not even close.
No.
He's not better than Rafael Navado. He's not better than Ezequiel Ponce.
Yeah, no, I agree, man.
He's not better than Pierre Moussa. Definitely not.
He's a guy that he looks like your typical striker, big body striker, I would say. Like he's 6'2". He has a big frame striker, kind of reminds me of Kenny Cooper from FC Dallas, or even like a Will Bruin as well, kind of that type of frame and just a big dude, powerful guy. But he doesn't score as many goals as you would think. And like you said, I mean, that just goes for the entire strikers or attackers for them, especially for how much money they've used. But Nico Esteves, obviously a guy that MLS people know because he spent time with FC Dallas. And he's doing a good job here so far, right?
Yeah,
I
he's
mean,
doing
he
a
has them
solid
in.
job.
Is it second place right now?
Yeah, I mean they're getting results. They haven't looked good, but they're getting results. So I mean, all the power to them.
It looks like we are joined by Christian Potalias. He's calling in from Mars. How you doing, brother?
From Mars. What's up, guys? Just stopping by to say what's up. Sorry I wasn't able to make it. But yeah, just I've been listening. But yeah, no, just saying what's up.
All right, man.
Yeah.
The people missed you for sure. So be ready to come back strong next week, man.
I got you. I had to work late, so I wasn't able to make it. But I've been listening the whole time. But yeah, hopefully another win, or hopefully a win soon.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Think of like a good Christian, what's it called? Divination. And we'll bring you back, or just let us know, because we haven't posted one in a while, and I think we need it, man. We need it. We need something good.
Hey, I did say, I think it was for this game. It was two goals from or Lingr. If he played, he was gonna score. So
that is true. That is true.
I got that one.
That's a good one.
Yeah, and you were the only one that had a draw, I believe.
And I also hit that one.
2-2. Yep.
I also hit the 2-2 prediction. So I'm 2 for 2 for this game.
All right, man. We'll see you.
I'll drop it. I'll drop it in the comments.
Yeah, for sure. All right, man.
All right, boys. Yeah,
Later.
have a good night.
Have a good night, man.
Bruce Sean says, Dale Justicia en defensa. That's funny. That's Argentinian team. And Tomas Martinez. No, never mind. Yeah, so we talk about the form that Austin's coming through again. They're high in the standings, but here is their starting lineup from the last game. They did see a red card.
Yeah, no, Heinz Ike's actually a pretty good.
Yeah, and I was gonna say he's been one of their best players.
He's been good. He's been good. He was good last year. He was a good little buy for them. He's on a really cheap contract as well.
Where is this guy from?
DC United.
That's where he was at?
Yeah.
Okay. I knew that he sounded familiar, and now again listening to
He's a good player.
Glenn's show, just when he was talking to the guy from Austin, he mentioned that same thing actually about Heinz being one of the best players, and I think he's been the captain as well because of Elis Sanchez being out injured.
Yeah, he played a lot in Sweden as well, so he has some European experience. He's a good player.
One thing I was going to ask, anything else? I mean, obviously, we already spoke about the three on top, well, except for O'Brien, but the relative strikers up top. But from the midfield, I mean, you see Owen and Wolf, right? It's out there. And
Wolf
Danny
and Pereira
is
is very good. They're such good players.
Yeah, I was going to say, anything else you want to add? And obviously, Stuver is such a fantastic goalie as well.
Yeah, I mean, we know what Austin's about. I mean, Nico Estevez comes in to coach the team. We know what Nico Estevez is about as well with his time in Dallas. So it's not like we're in for too much crazy stuff. I mean, the wild cards in this game are probably Izuni. He could pop up with a good game. Sabovic has been an interesting player as well. But, I mean, they're beatable. They're beatable. They're just like Colorado. They're a good team, but they're beatable.
Yeah, I agree. I think at this rate, everybody is. And, I mean, again, we've seen how the Dynamo plays well. They just can't execute, especially at home. And I think that's the bummer, right? That's really what kind of keeps them from being a better team. And, I mean, someone has to do it. Not everybody can be winners here. But let's talk about their starting lineup, or possibly starting lineup. Obviously, this graphic here shows the starting lineup from this past game against Colorado. I think we probably won't see Sviatchenko on here.
Yeah, we'll probably not know. We'll probably find that out Friday.
So what are you thinking? You think they'll put Escobar back into a center back, or you think they'll go with a Bartlow to start?
They probably go Bartlow, Femi. Yeah, that's probably what they do. And they probably keep the same midfield range, Artur, and then I bet instead of Kovalchuk, they go with Lingr. That's the only changes I see. Sviatchenko and Kovalchuk out for Lingr and Bartlow.
So you definitely think they'll start him next game? Probably.
Yeah, they'll start him next game. Why wouldn't they?
I mean, from the only thing that I gathered from Ondrej in his press conference was the fact that he just has to get acclimated. He just felt that it was too hot. That was his thing. So, I mean, he played 15 minutes last game.
Whose ratings are those?
FOTMOP.
What are they smoking with Dorsey being the lowest rated field player? Oh, and Ponce was rated lower.
Yeah.
Did they watch Dorsey play in that game? Dorsey was awesome.
Yeah, Dorsey was probably one of the better ones. Ponce didn't get as many looks. But
Dorsey had a secondary
decent.
assist in the game.
The assist is the assist, man.
I don't know.
Yeah, they're a little bit off sometimes. Sometimes they get close. Sometimes it's very the metrics are wonky to say the least. But yeah, I think I agree with you. I think the only changes that we will see be whatever happens with Sviatchenko regarding his injury. If he's not ready to go, then yeah, that's the only thing that we would see, whether Barlow starts or Escobar plays as center back. I mean, we've seen him slide into center back, so that tends to put Steres out wide. Steres continues to not play well with speedsters. Obviously, he struggled against Portland, who didn't, but he only got 45 minutes there because he just kept getting burnt, man, on the transition. So it's one of those. What do you do? Can you play him? Because, okay, for instance, we'll move on. But if you do say you do play Escobar as a more of a center back and you kind of put somebody in front of him to play as a wing back, would Lingard do that job? I don't think so. And I think Kovalchuk can do that job.
Yeah, but Kovalchuk could do that job. I wouldn't do that, though.
Christian, here he goes. His divination, Bassi will score again. I think.
All right. I think he's right.
I guess, man. Bassi's finally keeping up with it. What his stat line is showing at this point.
Yeah, Bassi's having a good season.
He's not bad. So, all right. Well, I guess finish it off. What do you think the prediction is, Joey, for the Austin FC match?
I'm going to go 2-2 again.
2-2. So another draw at home.
Yeah.
People are probably ecstatic. As long as you see goals, huh? Yeah, I just find it difficult. Granted, it'd be obviously a couple players' second match with the team. Jonathan 007 Bond be his second game. The center back position is a little shaky, so I don't see them keeping a clean sheet. I'm gonna go. Yeah, J. Horta says no clumsiness. I agree, man. That'd be fantastic if that was the case. But I'm going to go with the same prediction that I did last week, which is a 2-1 win Dynamo, just because somehow you have to beat your rival at home 2-1. Whatever you got to do, man. Light sheet still, man. The Eddie Guerrero way. Just find a way. Get Steres in the 80-something minute. Play him as a striker if you have to. Get something, man. Late in the match is fine. Just get it done. So I'm gonna go 2-win Dynamo. Joe, you're saying 2-2 draw.
Yeah.
Let's see what happens, man. And obviously, you guys can see everyone's predictions from Bayou City Soccer that throws their predictions out there for the match. And be sure to add your own prediction. Christian as well with the 2-1, another comeback. But this one for the win. Funny enough, Joey, I mentioned I gave the same scoreline 2-1. I've been trying to be consistent, even though I repeat different podcasts. But I was saying how the team was gonna be on the ropes most of the game, which they kind of were. But instead of a 2-1 win, it was a 2-2 draw. So Brandon says solid 2-0 win for the Dynamo. I hope so, man. For their sakes.
It's possible. This game could go anywhere. The Dynamo they could lose this game too. I mean, they
could lose 5-0.
They could, absolutely. This is a game I really have no idea. I don't know. Sviatchenko's availability is going to be a huge factor. Pablo Ortiz's availability could be a factor. If he's ready to go, I bet they throw him in because how much worse could they be?
Yeah, I was going to say, why not at this point, man?
So
even if he just got off a plane and from like a 15-hour flight, just throw that guy in, and he'll probably be about the same or better.
Yeah.
At this point. Yeah, I'm with you. Lots of questions. I'm excited to see guys like Felipe Andrade get into the mix as well eventually. I know he signed with Dynamo too, but I know that's another option if you need him, right? I mean, it's not like Mikael got into the first team right away, so that's another thing that we gotta deal with.
Dose hasn't played in a minute.
No, and that's where we're gonna go with. Might as well finish off the show. Houston Dynamo related with Dynamo 2. They are playing. They're playing actually on Wednesday. They'll be flying to Canada to take on the Whitecaps 2, 8 p.m. Central Time. I believe you can catch this game on Apple TV, and if not, you can probably catch it on the MLSNextPro.com website. Yeah, I mean, it feels like Dose hasn't played in like 3 weeks almost. So we haven't talked to our guy Marcelo Santos in a minute.
Yeah.
Joey, you need to get in touch with him and try to get more insight in the future because honestly, that guy's great to talk to, by the way.
He's awesome. Love that guy.
He's almost Kenny Bundy level. Not there yet. He'll get there maybe. But he gives you fantastic information, to be honest, with him. So, yeah, you have guys obviously like Diego Gonzalez, who's been playing very well with 2. Sebastian Rodriguez as well. I'm kind of looking at the depth chart. They just looked good. And then, I mean, those 2 guys have been really solid in the midfield. So, guys, that's all we're going to talk about regarding Houston Dynamo. We're doing good timing, man. We're at 57 minutes right here.
It's only an hour in, yeah.
So, let's go ahead and finish it with Crush Joey stats. Hopefully, we can stump you this time. Let me see if I don't mess up my graphics here. If I mess up, close your eyes. All right, no I'm kidding. Crush Joey stats. Here's your question. The Dynamo okay, I remember. So we found out, and that's one thing that we didn't talk about, but Dynamo are going to be playing against Phoenix Rising in the U.S. Open Cup, and that would be in 2 weeks from now, right? Shit, should have looked it up. I completely forgot about it. May 7th. So yeah, like 10 days from now. So with the U.S. Open Cup and Austin coming into the building here shortly, the question was,
this is the easiest question.
Damn it. I know. Especially now that you read it all. The Dynamo beat Austin Bold 3-2 in the 4th round of the U.S. Open Cup. You know what? Let me read it. Let's see if somebody answers it correctly out here. And then you, but wait. In the 4th round of the U.S. Open Cup in 2019, which of the following players did not score for the Houston Dynamo that game? Or for Houston that game?
This is a trick question.
It was, absolutely. And I know you already got it, but A was Tomas Martinez, B, Ronaldo Peña, C, Eric Torres, D, Matias Vera. Okay. All right. So what was your answer, Joey, at this point, man?
It's Eric Torres because he didn't even play on the Dynamo in 2019.
Absolutely. He left in 2018. So, yeah, it was a little bit of a trick play because I was like, there's some guys in here that, Jesus Christ, can't believe they were the Dynamo. But, yeah, you're right. Cubo Torres was the answer. And, yep, Tomas Martinez scored in the 14th minute.
Yeah, Ronaldo Oh, my God, Xavier Baz. That guy
was a Chivas legend right there, brother.
That guy is a football manager legend. Oh, my God, do I love that guy. He won was it Football Manager 2020, I think it was, on my Dynamo save. I signed him from the Austin Bold at like 33 years old. And he played until he was like almost 40 with the Dynamo. Won an MVP award.
I'm looking at.
Absolute hero out there.
Promet looks familiar too, but it looked like he spent most of his time in Turkey as well. So, yeah, Edson says RIP.
He died?
He did pass away. He passed away in 2019. So, like a few months after this goal, he passed away. That's crazy.
Oh, shit.
But yeah, so that was your Crush Joey stats. I guess I didn't do it, man. I need harder questions for you, Joey. I thought maybe I was like, I'm gonna go pure a little bit of a trick question here, but I had to. I guess I made it too obvious by picking Torres. I should pick somebody.
Yeah, if you put like T-Mac in there or something, I would have had a tough
I was gonna say I would have somebody that either left or was in the team and kind of going with that. You're right. But Joey, man, thanks again for joining us. Monday, again, another Monday soccer talk here regarding Houston Dynamo, man.
Yeah, it was a good time. Good times as always. Hopefully we get a win next time.
Hopefully we finally get to talk about a win. That's for sure. It's been a minute. LAFC seems far away, but thank you guys so much for joining us on the stream. Don't forget to follow us on all our social media platforms. As I mentioned earlier, Bayou City Soccer. Just look for him in your favorite platform, social media platform. Also, please, if you're watching this on X, great. If you're not, if you're watching on YouTube, or if you don't do YouTube, go to YouTube, look for Bayou City Soccer, click the notification. Well, click subscribe, click the notification bell, and every time we upload any videos, obviously we get to put this podcast videos and streams that pop up during the week, but as well we do player interviews, coaches interviews, other type of videos go up there as well for content that you may find and like. And the biggest thing to stress here is, if you enjoy the content, let us know. Give us a review on wherever you listen to. If you're a podcast guy like myself, I listen on Apple. If you follow us there, give us 5-star review, give us some kind words. If not, feel free. Freedom of speech, man. If you think we suck, if you think Joey's fantastic and I'm just awful, let us know. We like that too. A little bit of what is that thing? You like pain? But yeah, no. So with that being said, man, thank you guys. We'll see you next time. And don't forget, Chris smells. Chris definitely smells. You probably lucky. I don't know if Iron Fist, you've met Chris, but he smells like fish. That's an inside joke. He wears with fish all the time. But anyways, don't forget to hold it down and keep it forever orange. Peace.